I have been microneedling for the past 6 years, and I am now 41 years old, and I care about my skincare more than ever. I have been really trying to do a regular routine, regimen to keep my skin looking young and firm, and to stay away from the fine lines and wrinkles as my skin ages. So, collagen production is a absolute must, and which is why I love microneedling. I purchased my first microneedling pen from Dr. Pen back in 2020. I have the A6. It's a very analog pen, very simple, smaller pen that fits in your hand. It comes with two batteries and then also a plug-in chargeable adapter. It is very simple, screw-on battery and only one button to turn it on. You long press it to turn it on, you short press it to turn it up, you long press it to turn it off. It has the dial here, just like all the Dr. Pens do, for the different depth. You always load at a 0 and then turn it up from there. And you can go as deep as a 2.5 in the depth. And the cartridges for this pen look like this. So when you order Dr. Pens, you want to make sure that the cartridges match the pen. So this is what I had been using forever. It's a great workhorse. It's been an awesome pen. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. But Dr. Pen sent me the A11, which is this fancy schmancy pen. So I'm going to talk about the differences and why you might prefer one over the other and things that I've noticed in using both. So the A11 looks like this. It comes on in its little holder here, which is super cool because the holder pauses the pen as you set it down. So when you're actively microneedling and you need to reapply more serum or hyaluronic acid, you can set the pen down when it's on. So say you have it on, so you long press it to turn it on, whoop, long press, turn it on. You can turn it up to whatever speed you want. It has the dial here, just like the other pen. And rather than having to manually pause it when your hands are, wearing gloves and all covered with, goo, then you can actually just set it in its holder and it automatically pauses, which is so cool. You pick it up, it resumes. Super awesome. Love that feature. I didn't even realize it when I chose this pen that it had such a cool feature, and I really love it and enjoy it when I'm using it, because with the older analog pens you have to turn them all the way off to set them down if you need to reapply, or you're kind of juggling them in your hands. So this makes it so much easier. So another thing that I noticed with the two different pens is the size difference. So this one is a slimmer size. This one is a bit bigger. It is contoured for the hand, so it is really nice and comfortable to use. One thing I will say as just a little bit of a learning curve is not to accidentally press the buttons on the touch screen, because they are very sensitive. But as long as you're holding it like this, you shouldn't have any issues with touching those buttons. This pen is also rechargeable with a USB-C, so similar to like what you'd have for like an iPhone or a computer. I'm sure you have them lying around your house, but it does come with them to recharge. It recharges super duper fast. There are no other batteries, but I haven't had any issues with the pen dying. It recharges faster than I even need. It takes a different head than the previous older pen does. So those cartridges look like this, while the newer A11 cartridges look like this. So all of the Dr. Pens that I've seen, they take all different cartridges, but there are some crossovers. I found that while I've been having, talking to friends about the different Dr. Pens, and I tell them that these are the ones that I have. I've thrown some microneedling parties where people can come over and see my pens and hold them and look at them and everything. And I've had a lot of people choose the pen that's kind of in between the two of these, which is called the M8S. I actually am going to order one as well. Maybe I'll do a review on that one as well. But I would say it's kind of the perfect baby between the two. It just doesn't have the holder, which I really enjoy the holder. It's a smaller, more analog pen like this, but has a touch screen, or not a touch screen, but a digital reader, so you can a little digital screen, so it is a little bit more user friendly in that way, and it also uses the same heads as the A11. So that has been kind of great for the crossover when people need to or want to try a different, number of needles or something like that. Then I already have these heads here. So the more advanced heads, the difference is with these is well, first of all of your cartridges are single use, so you never reuse a cartridge. They come pre-wrapped like this, and you unwrap them before use, and then you dispose of them after. The great thing about the newer cartridges that the A11 takes is that they do come with a cap. So first off, you don't run any risk of poking yourself when you're loading it in, but also you can recap it when you toss it, and you don't have to worry about a sharps container because it's got a lid. So the cartridges look like this. All Dr. Pen cartridges, they have this little stem here that the pen itself depresses the stem up, and then the needles come out. So the motor makes them go in and out. So the depth, so when you're looking at the depth of the little dial here, that is deciding how deep it's depressing these needles to go in and out of your skin. So what that process does is it does almost like when you aerate a lawn and you poke holes in the lawn, it does that to your skin. It creates these micro punctures to your skin. And just the process of doing the micro punctures with a hyaluronic acid already helps rejuvenate and produce collagen in the skin, which helps with fine lines and wrinkles, resurfacing, collagen production, so overall plumpness and firmness of the skin. It helps with regeneration, so it can cause like a peeling process, especially depending on what product you put in. It can help your skin regenerate and peel, which as we age, our skin needs a little help regenerating. So this cartridge, see what I mean? It's a little bit sensitive there, so you just long press it. So the cartridge goes in like this. You want to make sure that your pen is nice and sanitized, and that you are wearing gloves once you are actually needling. So you press it in, then you turn it, and it locks in. So then once you press it, the on switch, the needles come, I don't know if you can see this, but the needles come in and out very quickly. So then you're going to have your speed that will make it go faster or slower. Then, in addition to the speed of the pen, you also have the speed in which your hand is moving upon your face, right? So there are a few different methods for microneedling. Different techniques. The cross-hatching technique, so going up and down and side to side. There is a circular technique where you can circle in like little, swishy circles across. Then there is the stamping method, which you can stamp it. There might be other methods. Those are the three that I typically use. So you want to, when you are actually microneedling, you want to divide up your face in about 2 by 2 inch sections, and then use one of those techniques that best fits that section. So if you're going to start on the cheek, I always like to start on the cheeks because I think it hurts less. Anything that's up against bone, like your forehead, even the nose is like cartilage. So any of those are going to be a little bit more painful. I feel like this is a nice meaty area. It's a really good spot to start. You can go back and forth and crosshatch, or you can do the circles on the cheeks here. Areas like the nose and the lips, I like to stamp because they are curved areas and they are a little bit more painful. So the stamping method works really well on anything that's curved, because if you think about it curving, it is going to naturally go into the pen a little bit just with the curvature of that part. So you want to be a little bit more gentle. It's harder to run a pen across a curved surface, and so you might want to use that stamping technique on those areas in particular. So any areas that you have fine lines and wrinkles, you can go over again if you want a little bit more attention in those spaces. But overall, you want to make sure that you're using a nice slip, a hyaluronic acid. The skin should stay nice and slippery the entire process, and the pen should glide very gently across the skin. So once your skin is all aerated, just for lack of better words, all your holes are poked and your skin is looking nice and red, you are going to put in the vitamins. So your vitamins would be whatever skincare that you want to use, serums, ampoules, in order to maximize the microneedling process. So like I said, the microneedling alone is going to cause that micro trauma. So the process alone, just with hyaluronic acid, is a very effective treatment. But if you want to 10x it, you can use something like an ampoule, which Dr. Penn sent me the Stayve Gold Salmon DNA ampoules. So these are a PDRN salmon DNA, which helps regenerate and plump the skin. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles, and also helps moisturize the skin. It looks like this. So the ampoules look like that. And then they also come with a little silicone head that you can seal up and put back in the fridge after you've applied all over the areas you've needled. I like to keep mine in the fridge and then reapply throughout the evening. I typically needle in the evening because you want to stay out of the sun. And then once my skin starts feeling super tight, I like to put on some kind of oil to seal in the moisture, right? So all skin is different. I'm just telling you what I use. I'm not an esthetician or skincare professional. This is just what I do. So I like to use this Stayve, which is a Cica Cream that Dr. Penn sent me as well. These are individual packets that come in here. I think that it's a package of 20 packets. I can usually get 2 uses per packet. I will 2 or 3. I'll use it all very, very liberally on my face, and then I stick it in the fridge until I need to reapply. This feels super good to sleep in and really helps the healing process. Using good skincare with your microneedling makes all the difference. I find that 24 hours after I needle, you can't even tell on my face that I've needled. It just feels a little bit tight, and then about day 4 I start peeling. So really you want to have good skincare because it's going to 10x whatever skincare you put on your face when your skin is nice and open, and it helps your healing process and your recovery. So I absolutely love those products. I usually also like to do a salmon DNA face mask. If you keep it in the fridge, it feels so good when your skin's feeling nice and tight. And then over that week, you just really want to make sure that you're babying your skin. Within 24 hours, just stay away from any makeup, especially makeup brushes, probably throughout the week, sponges, or anything that can carry bacteria. Just really baby your skin. Try to keep your hands off of your skin. You don't have any infections or anything like that. So just love on it, baby it, and treat it well, and you're gonna have an awesome recovery. I find that I'm completely healed within a week, and usually I'll start wearing makeup around that. I don't know. I keep it off for a full day if I can too, but typically 24 hours before putting any makeup on my face. No makeup brushes while your skin is still healing. So that is the gist of my process. I absolutely adore microneedling. I think it's fantastic. I also like to put on a red light therapy mask to just help and progress my healing and my collagen production. I love the Jove's laser mask. Is awesome. It really penetrates deep in the skin. I feel like I've gotten a really great reaction and results with those, with that mask, and it's helped with dark spots and overall fine lines and wrinkles as well. For budget you can afford, if any of these features maybe don't matter to you, or some are important, they definitely, I think this little thing is so awesome to have. I mean, of course, the high tech is fun, but this is also a really great pen. And then that M8S in the middle is a excellent pen. I haven't used it yet. I want to get one just to try it out, but I've had so many friends purchase the M8S and really love that one as well. So I would recommend any and all Dr. Pens. I think they're so well made. And if you feel like you don't know what to order, or that you need some guidance on how deep to go or what areas to start on your face, I have created a little cheat sheet for you that you can download. The information is in the caption on how you can download that. It's got my favorite things to order to build your microneedling kit, and then it also has a face map, the areas to focus on, how deep to start in all of those areas, and then what to expect for your healing process over the next 7 days. So I highly recommend giving that a download. Of course, I love when you order using my links. That helps me out a lot. So check out all of that. I've created it for you. I love to hear how microneedling is working for you. Love to hear your feedback on if my video helped out. I know that you're going to absolutely love this process, and it's going to save you hundreds of dollars doing it at home.